Hi family, and welcome back to our channel. I am first going to start off by saying there may be some noise in the background. We've got air conditioning going, fans going, and cats running around fighting. So that's what that is if it's not crispy clear. So I apologize. But if you have not been with us before, we are a vegan family of 4, and this is our What We Eat in a Day video. I was the only one up this morning at this time, so I started off with some apple infused water, and then 99% of the time I start with this tonic. You have seen both me and my children take this in our videos before. It is turmeric and lemon and ginger, and I mix in my Udo's oil, and that is the first thing I consume along with some water in the morning. I also mixed in some kombucha that was in the brown bottle. That was my home brew, and I just want to show you quickly my setup here. Here's my scobies going, and I have my kombucha double fermenting in those bottles over there. So then once everyone's up, we were going to get started on some pineapple. I got this one in my Mother's Market haul. I will link that above. It was so good. I believe it's a Maui Gold, but I actually went back for another one because it was just delicious. It had that great pineapple flavor, and it was super sweet. Usually after cutting up a melon or pineapple, we have some left in the fridge, but that one was gone in a flash. So then we headed out to the park. We played some kickball and just got some fresh air. Not many people were out, so we were able to social distance without our mask and just enjoy nature. So once I got home, I got started right away because I wanted to make a big lunch/dinner before my daughter goes to ballet. So I only had a couple hours to get all this together. I'm starting with some potato salad first, and so I've got my potatoes there. Those were red potatoes cut up. In this container, I've got some mayo, celery seed. I use celery seed instead of celery because if my kids detect like chunks of celery, they will not like it. So I use celery seed for that celery flavor. Some relish, dill relish, salt and pepper, of course. I put my salt and pepper on my actual potatoes. I don't know if it makes a difference, but that is how I do it. I put my potatoes in my mix first and then put my salt and pepper on. I just always do it that way, and then mix everything up. I always have to finish with a little ground paprika like my mom used to do on the top for a little color. Not much, it doesn't give much flavor, but it gives a nice color. So I'm putting that in the fridge, and then I'm going to get started on barbecue. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do barbecue banana blossoms like I did before. I'll link that above. The family absolutely loved that, tore that up. Or if I wanted to go back to our jackfruit. And so I decided to go with jackfruit. We hadn't had it in a while. You can use whatever barbecue sauce you like, but you can see the ingredients I'm using here. I always like to make my own. It's super quick, and I always have these ingredients on hand anyways. So I'm mixing up some ketchup, molasses, apple cider vinegar, liquid smoke, and some other ground seasonings, and I will get that all mixed up before I add in my jackfruit. I was out of vegetable broth or vegetable bouillon, so I am using mushroom seasoning along with 2 cups of water. If you have it, use 2 cups of vegetable broth or your bouillon in 2 cups of water. So I also like to add in oil. You don't have to, but I love like the fatty oiliness it gives to a barbecue. Whenever I'm doing barbecue, I add in a little bit of oil. So then I put my jackfruit in, cover it with that sauce, and boil it until it is tender. Once it's tender and it's reduced down quite a bit, I take it out. You can eat it just like this. It's got great flavor, delicious. But I like to get a brown on it, like a char on it, like barbecue, as if I barbecued it outside. So I put it on foil and pop it in the oven until it browns up, and ooh, oh my goodness, you guys, it is so good. The whole family loves it, and I use that extra barbecue sauce on the side. Okay, so we're also going to have some corn with this. So I'm just shucking this corn, getting all the silk and everything off, and then I will rinse them, put them on to boil, and once they're done, I'm just going to I do this pretty much the same every time. Keep it simple with rubbing on some butter and then some lemon pepper. We are also going to have some broccoli, so I'm just going to put this on to steam while everything else is, or not everything else, but while the jackfruit is in the oven as well. So I'm putting this naturally flavored buttery coconut oil on, some sea salt and pepper, and steam it up. And that is everything, you guys. I got everything done before my daughter had to go to ballet, so we had some then. And then once she got home, we had some more. We kind of ate on this for lunch and dinner. This was our lunch and dinner because it was so big and so much. And this is a kind of like celebration meal I would do. We didn't do this for any particular reason, but that I wanted this meal for everybody. But you know, on those days, or how we do it anyways, on celebration days, is make a big meal and then you just kind of eat on it all day. So that's what we did with that. Okay, so once I got back from taking my daughter to ballet, a little bit later on, we felt like something sweet. So I decided to make some gluten-free cinnamon rolls. This is the Bob's Red Meal recipe, so I will link that down below. Did I follow the recipe? Most of the time I don't follow the recipe. I think I may have followed it pretty closely. It's not a vegan recipe, so of course I use flax seeds here. This is my flaxseed meal mixed with water, and then I'm adding in some oil. I use that for my egg replacer. So of course I veganized it like that, but I think as far as the flour and salt and everything goes, I followed it pretty much. So I'll link that below for you. In hindsight, I should have let these, the yeast proofed really well. You saw it there. It bloomed. It was looking beautiful. But I should have let these rise longer. Once I had my dough ball, I was a little overzealous because it was later on in the night and I had made that big meal earlier. So to be honest, I was kind of over it being in the kitchen. So I did not let it rise as much as I should have. So definitely let your dough rise till it doubles, or you know, the proper amount of time for yours. For my filling, I'm using some more of that butter flavored coconut oil, some coconut palm sugar, and some cinnamon. I didn't mix everything separate and then put it in. I figured I would just put it right on the dough here and then roll them up. For my frosting, I lost my frosting footage. I cannot find it, but for my frosting, I used some vegan cream cheese and maple syrup and vanilla, and then poured it over the finished cinnamon rolls. And that was it. Everybody enjoyed them. Again, I'll let them rise a little bit more next time. But the kids loved them. They were gone. My husband loved them. They were gone. So that's how I judge if it's good or not, if they're gone and if everyone enjoys them. And they did. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely like this video and subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already. And we will see you next time. Okay, bye.